In today's episode, we are going to discuss about tips on sentence correction. Let us see what is sentence correction, how can we spot error, and how can you improve in this area. Sentence correction or error spotting is the most important and scoring area. Thus, it forms a critical part of all the competitive exams. Generally, 2 or 3 questions are asked from this area. Now, what are the rules to be followed in this kind of area or in this section? If the subject of a sentence has 2 or more nouns or pronouns, plural verb should be used. For example, she and her friends is at the fair. In this sentence, we can see that the subject of the sentence is here she and her friends. There are 2 subjects and is used as conjunction. So, she and her friends. But here the verb used is, which is wrong. The helping verb is should not come. The correct verb should be she and her friends are at the fair. So, because there are 2 subjects, we need to always use a plural verb. This is one important tip. If 2 or more singular nouns or pronouns are linked by or, nor, singular verb should be used. For example, the pen or the pencil are in the drawer. Remember students, we are using here or. So, when we use or nor, that means we are talking about one subject. Though the subjects, 2 subjects are mentioned here, the pen and the pencil, but we need to consider it as one subject. Here are is used as a helping verb, which is wrong. The pen or the pencil is in the drawer. Here the helping verb should be is, because we are talking about either pen or pencil, not both of the things, subjects. So, always remember, with a singular subject, singular verb, and with plural subject, plural verb should be used. I hope you have understood this rule. Moving on to next rule, rule number 3. The helping verb does should be used only for singular subjects. When we talk about do form of verbs, always remember the he, she and it. Along with subjects he, she and it, does or does not should be used. He does his work regularly. She does her work neatly. She does comes to school regularly. It does works. It does not work. So, you have to remember that this kind of verbs should be used, does and doesn't should be used with the subject he, she and it. Helping verb do should be used for plural subjects. Now, if you look at the helping verb do, you should always use with the subjects which are plural. Now, the plural pronouns or subjects are here we, they and I and you are exceptional. Whenever we talk about plural subject, we say do we or we do, they do, I do, you do. These are I and you are exceptional case, though I and you subject are singular, but the verb is here also the verb should be singular only. So, we, they. Now, along with the helping verb do, we should remember that plural subject should be used. We, they are plural subjects. We use along with we and they do. The helping verb do is used along with the subjects we and they, which are plural. Plural subject, singular helping verb. Now, when you take the example of I and you as subject, I is singular, you also is singular, referred to as singular subject, but the here the helping verb we are using is plural. Do, we do, they do, I do, you do. So, always remember, along with we, they, I, you should use do or don't. I don't like to do this. I don't like to watch this movie. You don't sing a song. You don't speak with her. You don't fight with her. We don't like going out. we don't talk to each other. They do enjoy each other's company. So these are the examples which we can use along with I, you, we and they. So let us once revise. The helping verb does should be used only with singular subject. He does his work regularly. She does her project very neatly. She submits her projects in time. She does submits her projects in time. It does works very well. This does not works well. It does not works well. Now, when we talk about helping verb do, it should be used with plural subject. Now, the helping verb do is used with plural subjects like we, they. I and you are exceptional subjects. Though I is singular here, you also is referred to as singular subject, but I along with I and you, whenever a sentence starts with I and you should use do. I do. I don't do this. I don't like to do this. I don't like ice creams. I do this regularly. I do watch TV. I do watch this program regularly. You do this. You don't do this. We do go to stadium together. They do enjoy listening to music. These are some of the examples. Now moving to next, rule number 4. Whenever in the subjects material nouns are used or abstract nouns are used, always this noun should be referred as in singular forms. These are just always followed by singular verbs. For example, gold. Gold is getting expensive. Gold is getting expensive day by day. In this sentence, gold is the material noun. Now, we cannot count gold, but we can measure its quantity. So here, this is uncountable noun. That's why along with material nouns like gold, steel, wood, water, silver, etc., we use a singular helping verb, that is. Let us take another example. Abstract noun. Happiness, freedom, sorrow, illness, friendship, love, all these are abstract nouns. Though these are feelings, but we cannot measure it. Now poverty. Poverty is also an abstract noun. Poverty is just a state of mind. So poverty is used as singular subject. Along with the singular subject, helping verb should be used. I hope this rule is clear to you. So let's move to the next. Coming to rule 5. Hyphenated nouns are never written in plural forms. Now remember hyphen. Hyphen means a small dash between two words. Now let us take an example. The ATM was not delivering 500 rupee notes. Now in this example, we talk about 500 rupee notes. 500 rupee is one note. So whenever a hyphenated word or phrase is used, along with that we should use a singular. It should be singular only. We don't say 500 rupees notes. It's wrong. It's only one note. So it should be always in singular form. 500 rupee. Most of the Indian, always when they speak, they say, I have 500 rupees notes. That is wrong. You have only one note of 500, so you should say 500 rupee notes. Next, if you look in another example, the workers of the 3-star hotel were ill-mannered. Now again in this example, there is a word which is a phrase which is hyphenated. 3 and star. We are referring to the hotel, 3-star hotel. We don't say, because the number 3 is there, we don't say 3 stars hotel. 3 stars is wrong. 3-star hotel we should say. We should never say 3 stars. The workers of the 3-star hotel were ill-mannered. Moving to rule 5. Use of apostrophe. When we use an apostrophe, it should not be used with possessive pronouns. Now possessive pronouns like mine, his, hers, yours, ours, theirs, these all are called as possessive pronouns. So with this possessive pronoun, you can see at the end there is s. Here hers is ending with s, yours is ending with s, ours is ending with s, theirs is ending with s. So because there is an s, you should never think that there should be an apostrophe. You should never write yours. This is wrong. You should never write ours. This is also wrong. For example, the pen is yours. Always use without apostrophe. This is the correct way of writing. Writing yours with apostrophe is wrong. The bike she drives is mine. Here you are referring to mine. Mine is the possessive pronoun. Okay. So here you cannot say mice or mines. Most of the native speakers, they make this mistake by saying it is mines, which is wrong. Never use mines or mice. It is mine. Now let us look at next rule. Rule 6. Never use double apostrophe. Example, my wife's brother's daughter has cleared bank exams. Now if you look at this sentence, we can see that in this sentence two nouns are used with apostrophe. Okay, this is called as double apostrophe. In a sentence, there should never be a double apostrophe. This is a wrong sentence. Actually, when you write, you should use only one singular apostrophe. The correct formation of the sentence is, the daughter of my wife's brother has cleared bank exams. Here we are using apostrophe only with wife, not with brother. If we translate English into Telugu, then you use double, that mistake. Most of the students does that mistake. They use wife's brother's daughter. So which is wrong. Correct English is, the daughter of my wife's brother has cleared bank exam. I hope this is clear to you. Let us look at one more example. Rohan's father's car is lost. Rohan's father's car is lost. Again in this sentence, while giving information, here double apostrophe is used. Again this sentence is wrong. You must say, the car of Rohan's father is lost. The car of Rohan's father is lost. So when you use this sentence, in this you find only one single apostrophe. So rule 6, never use a double apostrophe in a sentence. Always there should be only one apostrophe in a sentence. Moving on to next rule, use of pronouns. Pronouns should always be used in the following order. You know, pronouns as I, we are used to refer first person. We use you to refer second person. We use he, she, it, they and names Ramesh, Suresh, Rita, Geeta, Sita, etc. These are used to refer third persons. So it has a particular format to use. Now what is that format? If different pronouns or persons are present in the same sentence, they should be arranged in 2-3-1 order. What is the 2-3-1 order? This is the 2-3-1 order, 2-3-1. So first you will use you, then next you will use he, then you will say I. Remember, 2, 3 and 1 order. Second person, third person and first person. When you write a sentence, if you are mentioning more than 2 or 3 persons' name in a sentence, then you have to follow this order: 2, 3, 1. 2, 3, 1 rule. In this, you use first, second person you, next comes third person she, and I. I is the first person. So when you talk about second person, when you talk about third person, and when you talk about first person, you have to follow this order, 2, 3, 1 order. Here in this example, you, she and I need to learn this immediately. If you have exams, for this exam you have to learn this immediately. You, she and I need to learn this immediately. I hope this is clear. Let's move to the next example. Next rule, rule 8. If two subjects which are pronouns are compared, both the pronouns must be written in their subjective or nominative forms. If two subjects, for example in the subject's place we are using pronouns, are compared, there is a comparison, we are comparing it, both the pronouns must be written in its nominative or subjective form. For example, I, we, you, he, she, it, they, these all are pronouns which are used in the subjects. We use to start a sentence I, we, you, he, she, it, they. When we start a sentence with these pronouns, always remember we should use other pronoun for object. For example, I am as smart as he. Here a simile is used, a comparison is used, as smart as he. In this sentence, two subjects are there, two pronouns are there, I and he. So when you compare two pronouns, you have to always use the pronoun him in the object place. He will come in subject place. Using he in object place is wrong. I am as smart as him, we should say. I am as smart as him. This is the correct sentence. You cannot say he, this is wrong. She drives better than I. Most of them say she does better than me. They use this. So which is wrong. You should never use I in the object place. This is the subject place and this is the object. So in subject place you always use I, he, she, you, etc. You cannot use I. I should be used in the beginning of the sentence in the subject place. I should not be used as object. So instead of I, you will write me. She drives than me is the correct sentence. I hope this is clear. Let me explain once again. When two pronouns are used and there is a comparison, a simile is used when you are comparing with as with another person, then you should always use the other nominative form of the pronoun. You should not use the subjective form. Okay, a subjective form is used in the subject place. Okay. Example, I am as smart as him. She drives better than me. Now moving to next rule, rule 9, subject and verb agreement. In any sentence, the verb should agree with the subject in person as well as in number. In other words, if subject is singular, then verb should also be singular. If subject is plural, then verb should be plural. I hope you know this rule. So always remember in this example, he plays. He is the subject. He is singular subject. Singular subject. Plays is singular verb. Always with singular subject, there should be singular verb. They is plural subject. Play is plural verb. Singular subject, singular verb. Plural subject, plural verb. Next rule, rule number 9. There are two important tricks to correct these types of question. We can have this farthest subject rule and the nearest subject rule. Sometimes there may be more than one subject, two subjects. So they are farthest, one is very close to the verb, one is very far from that. So if it is in the beginning of the sentence, it is called as the farthest subject. If it is near the verb, it is called as the nearest subject. Now what is this rule? Let me explain with the help of an example. Now words like either, neither, any, one, none, when followed by of the, are always followed by a plural noun. Remember, either, neither, any, one, none, these all are used in the subject place. When they are used in the beginning of the sentence or sentence starts with this, always they should be followed by of the, either of the girls, neither of the boys, any one of the student, none of the students, any one of the students. It should be followed by plural noun and a singular helping verb. Either of the students is hungry. This here students, let us take two students. When we talk about two students, we are talking about one person here, because in the sentence in the subject place either is used. Either is referred to one person or one student. So out of two students, only one is hungry. Because the subject is singular, we are using a singular verb, helping verb here. I hope this is clear. None of the books is available. Now you have gone to the shop or library, you wanted to purchase books. The books which you want to buy, those are not available. Any of the book is not available. So how will you say none of the books? Out of many books, one book also is not available on the shelves in the library or in the shop. So none means nothing. One book also is not available. So that's why along with singular subject you use singular helping verb, none of the books. Whichever book you want, out of so many books, one book also is not available in the shop. None of the books. Here always the noun should be plural. Here also the noun should be plural, students. Whenever you use either, neither or any, one or none, along with that the noun which is followed should be always in plural forms. Plural form. Now either is used only when the choice is to be made from two persons or objects. Imagine that there are two girls, two boys, or two bottles, two pens. So you have to make one choice. Out of two, you have to select one. Then you will say either of the pens is good. Either, that means any one. Either is used only when the choice is to be made between two things. So it is used to mean one of the two. Either of the pen is not working. Now if there are more than two persons objects for choice, we use any of the or one of the. It is used if there are more than two persons or objects for choice, we use any of the or one of the. Always remember, either is used only when the choice is made between two persons. There are two things. Out of that you have to select any one, or two objects you have to select any one. It is to use to mean one of the two. Either of the girls can join me, can come along with me. Either of you can do this work. That means out of two, anyone can do it. Okay. Now next one, when the sentence starts with any, always any is followed by one of the. Any one of the. We start a sentence, any one of the. For example, either of the sentences is incorrect. Here the sentences, that means there are how many sentences? 2 sentences are there. Out of 2 sentences, either, that means one of the sentences is incorrect. One sentence is incorrect. Either of the sentences is incorrect. It can be one sentence, it can be 2. Out of 2 sentences, either of the sentences is incorrect. That means both the sentences are incorrect. One of the sentence is incorrect. Out of 2 sentences, or in a paragraph there are many sentences, we say one of the sentences. There are many sentences. You are pointing out at one sentence and you are saying that one of the sentences is incorrect. So, always remember, when the sentence starts with one, it should be followed by of the sentences. This noun should be plural, S should be there. Coming to next rule, subject verb agreement. Till now we were discussing about subject verb agreement only. If the subject is singular, verb also should be singular. If the subject is plural, verb also should be plural. Now, do you remember we have discussed just now nearest and farthest rule, nearest subject rule and farthest subject rule. So, let us take one example. Not only the principal but also the teachers dash playing. Now, what should come here? It should be is or are. Not only the principal but also the teachers dash playing. How will you fill the blank? Using which verb? Singular verb or plural verb? Now, in this example, let us take the nearest subject rule. If we take the nearest subject rule, in this sentence there are 2 subjects, principal and teachers, and after teachers there is a dash. You have to fill the blank with the verb, helping verb. So, how will you fill? You should see just before the blank which subject is used. What is the subject here? Teachers. Teachers is in which form? Plural form. So, we should use plural verb. The verb, correct verb is are. Not only the principal but also the teachers are playing. We should not use is. This is one example. Let us look at the farthest subject rule example. The principal as well as the teachers dash playing. Now, in this sentence again we have 2 subjects, the principal, the teachers. Here the subject is singular, here the subject is plural. Now, what verb you will use? If you follow the first subject rule, that means what is the first subject? The first subject is principal. Principal is singular, singular subject. So, along with this farthest subject rule, we use singular verb. The principal as well as the teachers is playing. The principal is the first subject. Because the subject is singular, we use singular verb. Along with singular subject, singular verb should be used. I hope this is clear. Now, when you talk about modifiers, it can be a word or phrase which is used to modify any other word or phrase. The definition of modifiers is a word or phrase which is used to modify any other word or phrase. Now, in parts of speech, you have modifiers. Adjectives and adverbs are considered as modifiers. Now, when adjective is there, adjective always is used to modify either nouns or pronouns. A noun or pronoun is always modified by an adjective. adverbs, they are used to modify adjectives, adverbs and verbs. Now, chic and smart, the travel agency could not help admiring the model's cloth. Here, in this sentence, if you see chic and smart, I have underlined. What is chic and smart? It is an adjective, something describing words. The travel agency could not help admiring the model's cloth. Now, you think that we are talking about chic and smart refers to travel agency, because this comes next, this is followed by travel agency, but it is wrong. Here this adjective smart, chic and smart is talking about what? It is talking about model's clothes, not travel agency. So, in the above sentence, chic and smart seems to refer to not travel agency, but it is refers to model's clothes. We are talking about the clothes which models wear, they are very chic and smart. So, the correct sentence would be the travel agency could not help admiring the model's chic and smart clothes. So, here in this, the chic and smart clothes should come little later. If you start the sentence with the subject, the travel agency could not help admiring models chic and smart clothes. So, here models, we are talking about chic and smart clothes. Now, if they are participles, participles are also called as gerund. If a sentence or a subject starts with ing form, it is called as participle or gerund. Walking down the road, my hat flew off. If you read this sentence, you think that walking down the road, my hat flew off. What does this sentence mean? If we read this sentence, we think that the hat was walking down the road and it flew away, which is wrong. The correct sentence should be while walking down the road, my hat flew off. So, here without using the word while, walking down the road, my hat flew off, it gives the same meaning. But you have to understand, here somebody is walking, you are walking down the road, and while walking, due to wind, the hat flew off. Let us see some mistakes which are commonly committed by students in the usage of nouns. My father gave me a pair of binoculars. Always remember, there are some words which are always in plural form. You cannot remove s, like scissors. We always say scissors, whether it is singular or plural, we say scissors only. If it can be referred to one, or it can be I have many scissors, I have one scissors. So, it is plural only, always plural. If you see binoculars, what is this binocular? This is a device which is used to see distant objects, to see things which are very far. So, you can see the image here, binocular means this. I hope you have seen this or heard about this word. So, always binoculars is written as with s, it is plural form, but it is used to mention to one object, one thing, one binocular. One binoculars also is binoculars. I have many binoculars. You are talking about many, you say you use before the noun many. Never use binocular, never write binocular in your exam. If they give sentences and they may give you like this option and ask you which one is correct. So, you have to tick this one is correct, binocular is wrong. Scissors, this is correct, not scissor. The first inning of the match was very sensational. In this example, we have inning. You think that first inning, second inning, inning is always written as with s as plural only. Whether it is one inning or many innings, you say innings. the first innings of the match. So if you want to specify which inning, first innings or second innings, you have to mention it before the word innings to specify. The first innings of the match was very sensational. So in this, the word usage of noun, inning, always it should be used with s. This is wrong. The correct usage is always plural form. The first innings of the match was very sensational. The second innings, in the second innings, India lost the match, or he fared very well. He scored a century in the second innings. In the first inning, he was ducked out. Let us see the common mistakes in the usage of prepositions. We commonly hear this kind of words, students making this mistake. She is suffering with flu, we say. Never use with preposition when we are talking about suffering. You say she is suffering from flu, he is suffering from influenza. I am suffering from fever, not with. If you translate Telugu to English, then this kind of grammatical mistakes you make. So with is wrong. The correct preposition is from. We had a lot of difficulty to find the house. Now, there is a tip here. Whenever in a sentence there is a word difficulty, after difficulty, you should never use to. Always remember, along with difficulty, you should use in preposition. We had a lot of difficulty in finding the house. You went to a new place, you are looking for a house, searching for some address, and with great difficulty you found it. But when you go there, you will say, we had a lot of difficulty in finding the house, not to find the house. Okay? So whenever there is difficulty and the verb is in ing form, always use in preposition. Next example, he got angry upon me. Again, it's a Telugu translation, upon, which is wrong. He got angry with me, we say. With is used to refer to some person, okay, not upon me. A preposition is always followed by an objective case. When it is me, always it should be with me, with him, with her. He got angry with her. She got angry with me or with him. So in objective case, when these pronouns are used, along with this you should use with as preposition. Now another example, I do not depend on he. He is a subjective pronoun. Never use it in objective case. Subjective case, objective case. In objective case, the correct pronoun is him. I do not depend on him is the correct sentence, correct usage. I do not depend on is the preposition here. Him is the objective pronoun. I is the subjective pronoun. Give this pen to she. Most of the students make this mistake. Give this pen to she. Again, she is an objective subjective pronoun, not objective. It cannot be used in objective case. You can start the sentence, or you can use in the subject form. She, he can be used in the subject place, but you cannot use it in the object place. Give this pen to her is the correct sentence. Her is a pronoun which is used in the object's place. Now, if there are adverbs like seldom, nowhere, never, nothing, hardly, scarcely, barely, neither, rarely, deny, forbid, lest, until, unless, both. All these adverbs are used in as negative words in negative form. So this means it is negative only, nothing. You are talking about something is not done. She visits me seldom, that means very rarely. She never comes to see me, that means never. Never means nothing. Now example, she denied that she had not stolen the pen. If you look at the sentence, she denied, she is the subject, denied is the main verb, that she had not stolen the pen. Now here in this sentence, denied itself is it means that it is no, not. There is no need of using again one more not in the sentence. Denied itself is saying that she has not stolen the pen. The word denied itself is saying that I did not steal the pen. There is no need of using not. If you use not, then the sentence is wrong here. Never use not or negative words with adverbs. You should say, she denied that she had stolen the pen. She denied that she had stolen the pen. Here this doesn't mean that she had stolen the pen. You are mentioning here, you are giving clarity here, saying that, using the word denied, saying that she said no, she had not stolen the pen. So there is no need of using not in this clause. I hope this is clear. I hardly know nothing about him. Now when you use hardly adverb in a sentence, there is no need of using again negative form of word here. I hardly know nothing about him. That hardly itself says you don't know anything. So there is no need of repetition of this word, negative word again. You should say, I hardly know anything about him. Where is that person? I don't know. I did not see him since long time. What is he doing? I don't know. I hardly know anything about him. What is his name? Where does he live? What work he does? I don't know anything about him. Now, both of us are not going there. In this example, both of us are not going there. Again, this is a wrong usage. When you use both, you should use positive sentence. You should never use negative, not. When you are talking about something negative, you should use neither. Neither of us is going there. Neither she nor I am going there. Neither of us is going there. Nobody is going there. Nobody is going to the movie or marriage or attending the function or class, nothing. Neither of us. Out of two persons, neither of them, nobody. Neither she nor I am going. When an adverb is used in the beginning of the sentence, it must be followed first by a helping verb and then by a subject. Remember, if a sentence starts with a adverb, it should be followed by helping verb, first by a helping verb, then subject. Now, adverb of frequency. Seldom he goes there. If you look in this example, seldom he goes there. Now, this sentence is starting with adverb. Seldom is an adverb. He goes there. He is the subject, goes is the main verb, there is the object. This is a wrong example or wrong sentence. How should you say? Seldom does he goes there. The adverb should never be followed by a subject. It should always be followed by a helping verb. Seldom does he go there. Seldom does he visits us. Seldom is adverb of frequency, very rarely. So always adverbs should be followed by helping verbs, not by subjects. Let us take another example and see. No sooner I came home than I turned on the TV. No sooner I came home than I turned on the TV. In this sentence, no sooner, the sentence is starting with no sooner. Again, no sooner is an adverb followed by I. I is the subject. So, this is again wrong. Here, helping verb is missing. You should say, no sooner did I come home than I turned on the TV. Here, the main verb also is used in the wrong form. Okay. No sooner did I come home than I turned on the TV. Adverb should be followed by do form of verb in past tense, did. And because here did is there, the main verb should be in present tense. No sooner did I come home than I turned on the TV. Earlier we have discussed about subject and verb agreement, singular subject, singular verb, plural subject, plural verb. So, in this example, let us see what is the mistake. One of my friends worked in Gurukulam. We have discussed earlier, whenever we start a sentence using one or any, none, etc., of followed by of, next the subject or nouns should be in plural form. Okay. So, one of my friends work in Gurukulam. Here work is the main subject. Subject is singular, so verb also should be singular. Here you are writing work. Work here is plural, which is wrong. You must write one of my friends works along with singular subject, singular verb, works in Gurukulam. Always the subjects he, she, it is followed by singular verbs, and to the verbs you add s or es, like, likes, work, works, receive, receives, go, goes. Es we are adding, to go we are adding es, goes in present tense. So, along with he, she, it, we use singular verb, singular subject, singular verb. Along with plural subject, we use plural verb. Every one of the workers received the same gift. Again, every one of the workers, you are talking about every one of the workers. Here again one, you are talking about one person, singular subject, and you are using a plural verb here, which is wrong. It should be every one of the workers receives the same gift. So, sentences which are starting or in the subject's place, which are starting with each, everyone, everybody, anyone, anybody, someone, somebody, it should be followed by singular verb. If you look here in the next example, neither of my sons look like me. We are talking about neither, that means nobody. My sons look like me is wrong. You are talking about neither he or the other one. It look like me. Here the verb look, plural, is wrong. It should be neither of my sons looks like me. Looks is a singular verb. Look is a plural verb. A small group of birds are flying in the sky. Now, if you look at this sentence, you may see here birds, and you may think that because it is plural noun, you must use verb also as plural, but it is wrong. You are talking about a small group of birds. So here a small means one. You should not look at this subject, you should look at the farthest subject, a small group of birds. So it should be referred to as singular. Because it is singular, it should be used here, verb also should be singular. Never go for the nouns which are in plural form. If you go for plural form of nouns, you will make mistakes. If you think sons here, if you look at this noun sons, you may use the verb look, which is wrong. Here also, if you look at workers, because it is plural, you may think that verb plural should be used. It is wrong. You should never see the subject nouns in plural form. You should always see the subject, the farthest subject, everyone, anyone, neither. What is the subject speaking about? Now coming to verbs of sensation like taste, smell, appear, feel, seen, sound or look, we use these words to talk about sensation, our sensation. These are not active verbs. They do not make direct action. In a sentence, sometimes only helping verb is used along with the subject. Sometimes there are two verbs, helping verb plus main verb. So never assume or never think that these verbs of sensation like taste, smell, etc. are active verbs. They are not active, they are passive. Let me explain you with the example. I felt bad or he felt bad. Now he is the subject, felt is the verb here. Again feeling, sensation. When such verbs are used, you should see it should be followed either by adjective or adverbs. Here, how did he feel? Bad, good, happy, sad, what? So you can use any describing word here to describe you can use any adjective to describe his feeling. He felt happy, he felt sad, he felt bad, he felt angry. Now let us take the example of adverb. He drives badly. In this sentence, he is the subject, drives is the main verb. Now here this is the main verb. It is not a sensation verb. Here we are not talking about any feelings. We are not talking about, no feelings are described here. We are talking about some direct action, active verb, driving. He drives badly. With such main verbs, always adverb should be used. How he drives? Very badly, very rashly, very fast. He drives fast. So any of the adverbs can be used after this main verb, drives. The difference in this is, when sensational verbs are used, you should use adjectives in the object place. When main verbs are used, adverbs should be used in the object place. Let me repeat, let me reiterate. Verbs of sensation like taste, smell, appear or something, feeling, they are not active words. They does not make any direct action. They should be always followed by, if they are there in the sentence, that should be followed by adjectives and not adverbs. For example, he felt bad. In this sentence, he felt bad. He is the subject, felt is the verb, sensational verb. So it is not active verb. You cannot see his feeling. You have to describe it. So you have to use a describing verb, that is adjective. He felt bad. He felt happy. He felt sad. He felt excited. These all words can be used Adjectives can be used after the verb felt. It tastes yummy. So, you are using adjective to describe the taste. It tastes yummy. It looks delicious. In the example, it looks delicious. Again, looks is a sensational verb. It is not an active verb. So, you are using it to describe, after the sensational verb, you are using an adjective or describing verb. But in a sentence where there are main verbs, it should be followed by adverb. He drives badly. He drives rashly. He drives fast. We will continue this sentence correction in the next episode.
కరెంట్ అఫైర్స్ మే 2020 అంతర్జాతీయ అంశాలు. బ్రెగ్జిట్ అనంతర వీసా విధానానికి సంబంధించి ఏ దేశం వారనే ప్రాతిపదికన కాకుండా నైపుణ్యాల ఆధారంగా పాయింట్స్ కేటాయించి దానికి అనుగుణంగా వీసాలను జారీ చేయాలనే ప్రతిపాదన బిల్లును మే 18న బ్రిటన్ పార్లమెంట్లో మరోసారి ప్రవేశపెట్టారు. జాతీయ అంశాలు మే 11న భోపాల్లో మధ్యప్రదేశ్ హోంమంత్రి డాక్టర్ నరోత్తమ్ మిశ్రా FIR ఆప్కే ద్వార్ యోజన ప్రారంభించారు.